G'day, welcome to Cooking with Rick. Let's get into it. Today we're making a vegan cheeseburger style pie. So it's like your classic steak and cheese, beef and cheese pie, except for that the cheese doesn't come from a cow, the beef doesn't come from a cow, the steak doesn't come from a cow. It's all plant-based. Alright? Now, let's get cracking. So, first of all, tongs. Super helpful because otherwise I burn myself a lot when I reach in and out of the oven, and the gloves just don't give me that snapping action. Secondly, big old knife. Purpler the better. Gonna need some pastry, otherwise it's not a pie, it's like a weird cheesy meat stew. Wouldn't be a cheesy pie without cheese. This is a plant-based cheese, not dairy. Arguably the hero of the dish, textured vegetable protein. That's TVP for those of you in the know. This is pretty much what they use as filler in most non-vegan pies anyway. It's going to want some flavour to soak up though, because it's pretty much just a texture. Bloody tomato sauce. Heinz Big Red, ketchup, whatever you can get your hands on is going to be in the pie, and then you know I'm going to put more on top of the pie. A little bit of herb and garlic for seasoning. Some stock. Got to get the stock in there, got to get it nice and wet and cook it down and give us some more of that flavour. And it wouldn't be cooking without extra virgin orange oil. It's olive oil, not orange oil. I apologise. So, got some mixing bowls. Then I'm going to use a little bit of casserole dish to make a single miniature pie, just for me. Just cooking for me. Alright, now got a bit of a dog mixing it up here in the kitchen, so keep an eye on him for me while I get this prepped. Right, we're getting there. Cheeky tip for the pros, pastry goes on the outside of the filling when you're making a pie. Yep, dog's still in the way, but we got to preheat that oven. Fan forced. Alright, she's in, she's cooking. Now, time to clean up this hair while we wait. Alright, so important tip when you're shaving your head is to get completely naked, so you don't end up with all those irritating hairs all down your back and all inside your clothes. Because that's just going to be itchy and uncomfortable for everyone. Pants too. And I like to use the V double for that back and forth action. Alright. Now my hair is particularly fine, so I like to wet it a bit. Just thickens it up a bit, just like what we were doing with that gravy. Once you've thickened it, should be easier to get stuck in. As you can see, don't need a hot knife or butter, just a bloody V-double razor and some pre-wet hair. Alright, before we clean that up, let's just check on the oven, make sure the pie is starting to really heat and rise, maybe even get a little golden brown on the top. It's still cooking along nicely. Remember to vacuum up any hair that you drop in the kitchen when you're done. Alright, back to it. Yeah. I don't usually hold a camera while I'm doing this, so a bit of a new experience. But remember to get the back of your head. Just because you can't see it in the mirror Doesn't mean other people can't see it. Once you've done the broad strokes, don't be afraid to tighten up with the detail. You don't want to be finding random stray hairs the next day. Just like baking a pie, if you're doing it, do it properly. And if you are naked when you're checking on the pie, try not to burn yourself when you open the oven door. Just hot air, you know? You gotta get those sideburns even. Sideburns are the window of the face. And if we're going to be eating a pie, I want to trim this up too so we don't get gravy and sauce everywhere. Now, if you are vision impaired like me, it's recommended that you put your glasses back on once you're done shaving around here, but I'll lean in close enough, it's probably going to be alright. I mean, you guys would tell me if I fucked it up, right? Yell out if you see me miss a spot. No hair in my mouth, that's good, it's a good sign. Simulated eating, good practice while you've still got the razor in your hand. Save yourself extra trips to the bathroom. I think we're good. Now, next step, hit the shower, washing any of the loose hairs and anything else off the top of my head before we get back down, and let's see if this pie is finally ready to eat. Alright, so before I get dry, I'm just going to duck back down to the kitchen, take the pie out of the oven, let it cool, and it's nearly time to eat. Alright, so we'll clean up the hair on the floor and the water to and from the kitchen when we can. But first, time for a plant-based cheeseburger pie. No animals harmed in the making, better for the environment, healthier too, and let's just check on it. Oh no. Ah, fuck. Oh no. Alright, so bad news is I don't get to eat my pie. Good news is that I forgot to put the onion in, so it was actually fine for the dog to eat, I guess. Did the microphone pick up my dog farting? Because maybe it wasn't that fine for him, but you know, not the end of the world. Other good news is that Pie Face actually has a vegan cheeseburger pie that's pretty much exactly what I was trying to make, but probably better, and I can just buy it and not have to cook it. I've also got a plant-based veggie sausage roll, which is fucking incredible, and it's only $4, and a couple other things I haven't tried yet, so I guess we skip to the taste test and crack into this. Alright, let's crack in and see what we've got here. Ooh. Alright, that's good. That is looking good. So, very, very nice pastry. Got that little smiley face on the top, as they do. There it is. That is a cheesy, meaty, but entirely plant-based filling. Oh, that's the good shit. Alright, that's it for cooking with Rick, in the kitchen with Rick. Rick eats a pie, whatever you want to call it. That is the sign. Bloody good pie. And doing my bit for the environment, for animals, and for my own bloody temple of a body by not having any meat or cheese in it. Just plants. Fucking delicious plants. Good luck and bon appetit.